we are getting ready for CNCC. We generally practice this week about 4 hours, 3 days, and then we'll do our dress rehearsal on Thursday and get ready for the show on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It's going to be a really good show tonight. We really practiced hard. We're excited.
First night of CNCC. Pretty excited. We've got a lot of good music and it's a good spirit, and hopefully everybody loves it. I know we do.
Our charge was to create a program that would have a Scandinavian theme and that would be tied into the 150th anniversary of the college. And so we began meeting once a week. We met all through the summer to discuss plans, dreams, visions, possibilities for the program, and finally to try to bring it into some kind of shape. We decided early on that we were going to focus the program on the foundation of the college, and that this would be tied to the birth of Christ. So we'd have the birth of Christ and the birth of the college. As we began talking about that, we also thought, well, we better extend this a bit. We want to go back in time and find the roots of the college, and the roots of the college's Christianity in Sweden. And we would also move forward in time to the present day. And so there would be 3 parts to the program. The part in Sweden, the part in America, in Minnesota, in the mid-19th century when the college was founded, and today, and the time leading from that foundation of the college to today. We thought that these 3 segments of the program would correspond nicely to the 3 parts of the church calendar that we're also trying to embrace with the story of Christ: Advent, Nativity, and Epiphany. We needed a title. We needed a theme that would catch people's attention and imagination that we could use in talking about the program. We met with Roland and Edie Thorstensen, and they talked to us about an old Scandinavian tradition called Julljus. Julljus is an early morning Christmas service. Started about 5 o'clock in the morning under a canopy of stars. People would go to church in sleighs or on foot across snow-covered fields. They would see the church off in the distance, lit by candlelight. They would enter the doors and they would find this candlelit church, fragrant with juniper boughs and with the golden altar cloth over the altar. And we thought this might be the center of that nativity section of the program, that somehow we wanted to capture some of the feeling of those early Christmas services.
My part in CNCC is as part of the planning team, mostly working with liturgical flow of the service. I work with the biblical texts and how to weave those into the story that we're sharing this year. The story of light throughout the ages, and how people have carried that light into places where it may have been missing, and also how that's been passed along then throughout the centuries. And this year particularly, we celebrate the light of Christ. The title of the program is Julljus, Light from the Old World, Light to the New. And a lot of my focus has been on how do we communicate and evoke that light throughout the whole worship service.
The other 2 big tasks that we faced were finding music that would go with this, and second, finding a kind of decor that would enhance that feeling in the chapel. And for the first, of course, we turned to the people in the music department, the conductors who are going to be working with the choirs, the orchestra, the bell ringers for the program, and talked to them about this theme of light that we were developing and the shape, the arc of that story that we were trying to tell. And they began to come up with pieces that they thought would both support that theme and feeling, and work also for their ensembles.
I really enjoy singing and singing with orchestra, so it's a cool experience. Also, just celebrating the idea of Christmas and what it stands for is something I really enjoy.
Early on, we also started talking with some folks about designing candelabra, hanging candelabra for the chancel area.
For this year, for the sesquicentennial at Gustavus for Christmas in Christ Chapel, I designed the candelabras, which perhaps you can see behind me. The candelabras are inspired by a Swedish design. I spent a lot of time researching traditional Swedish designs when it came to candles, decor, and then through the months, the theater scene shop, under the guidance of Trina Wilkins, all the students and Trina, they built the candelabras, and I assisted with the painting and the final application of decor, and they did the wiring. And they're actually really large. In scope, it's hard to see here in the chapel because the chapel's such a huge space, but each candelabra is over 13 feet long, but as you can see in the space, they look pretty proportionate.
I also talked with Greg Mueller, who's the sculptor in residence at Gustavus this year. And Greg has designed a standing candelabrum that will be lit at 3 different points during the service to mark the 3 different sections of the program.
For CNCC this year, I'm one of the candle bearers. And different from last year where it's just normal procession, they're having it be a part of the experience of the concert. So we'll be led by 2 dancers, and then either Julie or I would come up and light the candle and give it to one of the speakers who are performing also during it. So it's going to be a really unique experience. I'm really excited to be a part of it this year.
Finally, we contacted another Gusty alum, John Young, who does many things for the college. And John has a production team up in the Twin Cities called Heroic Productions. And John has offered his services to us very generously to help provide lighting and also do a videotaping of the performance. And so we're hoping that the lighting will also be a very helpful and beautiful element for the program to create for us and give us the kind of feeling that we want to elicit for this year's Christmas in Christ Chapel.